Okay, so are we live now? My name is Rukapia, and I just graduated from the university. I studied BSc Mathematics Education, um, which means that I can probably become a teacher or maybe work in the industry because it has science attached to it. Um, the reason why I'm making this video is because of the fact that normally when you complete school like this, right, you become really confused about the future. You don't know what to do with your life. Like maybe things are not clear. Where you did your national service, you don't see any possibility of getting employed and stuff like that. So life become very confusing. And the reason why I wanted to make this video particularly is because for me, like unlike some of my colleagues, I even have something that I'm doing that helps me to like get something to buy food and stuff like that. But some of my colleagues are not having that, and I'm still confused and depressed about the future, right? Because you've completed school, everybody expects that after completing school, that's our mindset. After completing school, you start working, then you get the means to be able to own a house, buy a car, marry, and stuff like that. And we are done. You have the certificate in hand, but you don't know the pathway to this dream that you have or this goal that everybody have, right? For now, I don't even have a path that will lead me to a place where I can own my own car. I don't know how to drive. I'm getting 26 years, so it's sad that way, right? It's sad that you don't, because it's different when I say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Maybe this is where I'm going to work. This is what I'm going to do for the next 5 years to be able to get this amount of money to do this and that. It is not clear. You don't have that. So what do you do, right? What do you do? It's confusing. Now, yeah. So I just did this video to share my my experience right now. Very confused. Actually, after graduation, obviously, people from Africa or and developed country like this, you want to maybe see if you can further education, because now the degree is very common and everybody's having, right. And so maybe you want to differentiate yourself small from your colleagues. So you maybe want to pursue your masters, and you realize that pursuing masters in Ghana is going to be more difficult because at the end of the day, it's the same kind of education. It is not like the education that we have in Ghana is good, right? But it doesn't empower you and give you like a mindset that okay, things are going to be better, right? Because I know so many people who are outside having their undergraduate degree and they are experiencing life, right? They're experiencing life. They're experiencing a whole lot of things, right? But here I am, graduated university, and I don't know what to do with my life. Right? Most of the people that I know, they know what's up. They know this and that is what I'm going to do after graduation. They know beforehand, before they even complete. Right? So obviously, coming from Africa, I would want to study abroad. So I've started my study abroad journey where I've started my application. But that is even more of the reason why I'm even depressed, because you've thrown in all these application fee, money that you struggle to get. You've paid these 120, the 90, $70, $75, and you don't know whether you get admission, right? And if you get admission, you don't know whether you get the necessary funding for you to process your visa and stuff like that. And here we are in US. If you don't have visa, if you don't have scholarship, your chance of getting enough scholarship, your chance of getting visa is really on the low. So that's even making most things even complicated right now, right? A lot of things are becoming complicated. Um, so I've started my study abroad journey. Yes, I've done my applications, and yeah, I'm probably waiting for response in about 4 3 months time, where they will release most of the decision. From there, then that's when you now try to see if you can secure graduate assistantship. The process is also tedious and frustrating, right? You have to write essays, you have to research about schools to find out if they have what you want regarding assistantship, if you meet their requirements, whole of things. Yeah, it's a hectic situation. And for me, I'm doing all these things. As I said, I have something that put food on my table. That sometimes I used to even help my siblings, and I'm suffering like this, and I'm feeling this kind of hopelessness and void. I don't know, like I feel empty. And sometimes I ask myself, so what about the people that I know that are not having this kind of means? What are they also going to do? Right? It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Um, so that's the confusion, right? It's confusing because and sometimes you see in Ghana, if you get employed by the government, you are safe because your salary is going to be at least better than most of those who are working at the private sector. And the government, before the before the government employs you, now you have to pay amount of corruption, the amount in corruption money, like 18,000 Ghana cedis. That's what I've seen. That's the figure I've seen. For me to be employed, I have to pay 18,000 Ghana cedis. Mind you, my salary is going to be 3,005, which means that I have to use probably more than my 5 months salary to be able to get into teaching. Five months salary. So even when you pay this amount of money, right, in corruption money, how do you think you are going to feel when you are teaching, right? Because I'm not somebody who is corrupt. I don't like that kind of stuff. So if I pay this to be able to stand in front of you to teach you, how think about the enthusiasm, right? Think about the enthusiasm. I will not feel. I will not feel. I will feel like okay, okay, you understand? So it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. And we are praying. Well, what I know is that like even though I'm trying to share my experience, I also want to use this opportunity to advise some of my colleagues and maybe some graduates who will be probably chance on this video. What I know is that what I've experienced in life is that sometimes you have to keep pushing, right? There shouldn't be any pressure on ourselves because our forefathers, most of them didn't. Those who we see to be rich and looking nice these days, some of them also started like the way we have started right now, and they also were struggling to make ends meet, and now we see them as big men, right? So my advice to myself and to my colleagues is that we have to keep on hanging in there. We have to keep on pushing. We have to keep on living because at the end of the day, surviving is winning, right? To survive, to breathe, that's winning. And I heard a song. He said, "Sebibi am far and Fremabefa," which means if nothing good happens, you continue to breathe, right? And that's progress. That's progress. Surviving is winning. Surviving is winning. And so there shouldn't be like we should be doing the right thing. We should be encouraged to put in the hard work and everything, but we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves because the confusion is too much. You don't know the future. That's like future phobia, right? You are scared about what is going to happen in the future. So yes, probably, but that's what I would say. I'll say that at the end of the day, you know, yeah, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you have to keep pushing, right? You have to keep pushing, hang in there. And the second advice I'll give to myself and to my colleagues is that sometimes when you see that nothing is working, so you have to sometimes you have to forget about the degree that you have, right? And and learn a skill. Like find something and do. Learn a skill. Try to do something meaningful. Try to serve people. Try to look at what people want and will pay for. Then you do it, right? So for instance, when I was in university, I realized that a lot of people needed passports. So what I did was that during my leisure time, I'll do some small advert, talk to some people, maybe they need some, I do for them, and I take a token, right? I'll do for them. They agree to terms and conditions. They look through and they say, okay, this is all right. You can send it now. because most people may not have the ability to do it themselves. So then I do it for them. They look through, they verify all the information I've provided, and I take a small token. These token sometimes will last me for a week and stuff like that. So that's probably what I was doing that time. And I added website to it. I added a lot of things to it, and that was what was able to take care of me throughout my entire education from level 200 to 400. My parents didn't have to give me any pocket money to feed myself. I was feeding myself literally, and I even had opportunity to also, yes, feed my siblings out of that, and that's what have helped me throughout, right? So yes, so basically find something that people are like, people want, people will pay for, then do it. Because sometimes you get to a time you have to do that. Provide service to people. I don't advise selling products. If you can sell products, then it's okay. If you know how to figure out how to sell products, it's okay. But as young as we are, sometimes selling products, it comes with a lot of risks, right? Because okay, maybe because of me, because sometimes I don't see where will I be in the next 5 years, and or maybe next 2 years, and I feel like I'm supposed to be in school by next 2 years. So if I want to be in school, then selling product will be a risk for me, because if you don't get any trusted person to be able to take care of that, it's going to be a fatal failure for you. So I've talked a lot. I've talked a lot, but basically, what I'm trying to say is that it's all right for you to be confused. I'm advising myself, so I'm advising myself. And if you chance on the video and you feel like the advice is for you, you can also take it. But what I'm basically saying is that it's all right to be confused, and you have to figure out what to do about it. And you have to hang in there. You have to continue to breathe. You have to know that surviving is actually winning, right? Surviving is actually. People are going to continue to produce cars, right? So this is how I encourage myself. People will continue to build cars, right? People will continue to build houses. Real estate developers will continue to exist. And so let's think about this surviving is winning thing. In the next few years, most people who are rich, right, they are probably going to die. Yes, most of them are probably they will not be able to do what they do, and we will be in positions to be able to fill that kind of spaces, because at the end of the day, the money will be there, and people will have to control the money. At the end of the day, people like us are going to be in position and control such kind of money, right? Knowing very well that those people who are behind us will also come and control the money. So it's a matter of time. Sometimes you have to hang in there and do the right things. I have to hang in there, do the right things. When I see people driving, I know that okay, this car may be old. People will continue to produce car and produce better ones, and eventually one time or one day, I'm going to be able to have the means to be able to own some, right? And I have to keep on doing the right things. I have to keep on doing the right things. The future is bright, but right now we are in dark ages, right? And you have to figure out how to get to the bright side. That's what we are doing right now. Doing a lot of things, bro. You have to put a lot of things on the table. Not putting your egg in one basket. Look for job and start. Look for job and start. And talking about looking for, so right, so I'm just talking about random stuff. But talking about looking for job and start, I see that if you want employment, if you, because sometimes you have to get employment. People will be like, okay, be entrepreneur. How can you be entrepreneur when you don't have the money to do so? Right? Sometimes you have to work and serve people and see how things are done. But in working, I will say this. Oftentimes we think about the money. At this stage of our life, we shouldn't be thinking about the money. We should be thinking about how are we going to be able to grow as a person, right? So for me, my number one priority when I'm looking for a job is a place that I can grow, right? I even if I'll not earn much money, but I can be able to grow there. That's the place that I look for, right? So let's say if there is a teaching job that pays 2,000 Ghana cedis, but there's an IT job that is a startup that will pay me, let's say, 500 cedis or 1,000 Ghana cedis. Because I want to be an IT guy in the future, I will want to work there. than to work in a teaching job that will pay me much money, right? There are some places you see that, oh, these people, they are earning a lot of money. They are not willing to employ anybody. But if I can tell them that maybe I want to do my attachment or internship, then maybe they will want to pick me and make me work for free. And I feel like this is a place that I can grow and stuff. So that I want to do that. Let's say I'm there and somebody come to me and say, okay, maybe I'll have this studio, do this a podcast there, and if you can come there and work for me as a video editor, and maybe I'll pay you, or I'll give you food and accommodation, but I don't have money to be able to pay you. I'll go there and do it because that's a field that I like, right? So choose, get a passion, and now getting a passion is not enough. Get a passion that pays well, right? Because some passion, and you have to also know the time that you are in. Some passion, this AI stuff. Some passion are easily automated, right? And some jobs are going to be out of the system. So basically that, basically that. Look for a passion that pays, and be willing to put your 100%. Yeah. So so I've talked a lot. I've talked a lot, but that's exactly that. Thank you very much. Bye.